Hey everyone, this is Joy, and I am doing a homeschool dad tag, and this was started by Full-Time Wife Life and Homeschool on a Hill. So I have the questions, and he has not seen them, so I'm going to go ahead and ask him the first question. This is Caleb, by the way, my husband. Okay, so who was the first to suggest homeschooling as an option?
I don't know. It would have been you. I mean, it wouldn't have been anyone else.
Yeah, me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, what are your thoughts on socialization, co-ops, homeschooling groups, etc.? This is in regards to our kids, not me, because I know I enjoy them. So socialization, co-ops, homeschooling group, etc. We do classical conversations, so that's kind of our homeschool group, I guess you'd say. So what are your thoughts on it?
Like whether or not our kids get enough?
Yeah. This is open to your interpretation.
I don't know. I mean, how long have we been doing or you've been taking the kids on those homeschool field trips?
Oh, since Roman was probably pre-K, 4?
Yeah, so I don't feel like they've ever lacked for socialization. And they have, with CC, they have groups of friends. And you've got groups of moms that have kids the same age that they interact with too.
Yeah.
So I don't think they've ever been shortcutted in that.
No. I'm a fairly social person, so we get out a lot. Okay. Number 3, did you have any preconceived ideas about homeschooling and those that choose to homeschool? Be careful, I was homeschooled in elementary school.
Oh. Well, there's the stereotypes that everyone thinks of when you think of homeschoolers that make their own clothes and do that stuff, but
right.
I didn't have any, as far as what it would be, I don't know. I honestly had no preconceived ideas of what you would be doing day to day with the kids.
Okay. And we both grew up in small towns, so that sometimes makes a difference. Okay, 3 words. Charlotte Mason method. What are your thoughts on that?
Am I supposed to know what they mean?
We don't really, well, no. Yeah, that's a good enough answer right there. I honestly had to look it up myself. I was like, I know I've heard it thrown around, and I actually at one point was gonna really get into it, and yeah.
What is it? Is a method of
it's basically
learning?
Yeah. It's basically like
versus classical?
No, not so much. It's basically like teaching a kid more, not just their mind, like their whole being. Yeah. There's living books and things like that. It was a lady. Charlotte Mason was a lady who is no longer living.
So it didn't work for her?
No. Oh, gosh. Okay. Number 5. How many hours a day do you think your children are doing school, and how many hours do you think is appropriate?
Well, it's changed a lot. I know when Roman was first getting started, you guys were usually done by lunch, so 2 to 3 hours at that point.
If we were lucky.
Yeah. I would say 3 to 4 is a pretty full day.
3 to 4.
3 to 4 for Roman, and probably 2 to 3 for Titus, just because he doesn't need as much.
Yeah.
He can't do as much.
Yeah. Formal school, yeah, I'd say that's pretty accurate. Okay, how many hours do you think is appropriate? Do you think what I'm doing is appropriate?
Well, I think they're at or ahead of where they need to be for their age level, so yeah.
Okay, all right. Number 6, what is your first thought when you hear the word curriculum?
Blank? I don't know.
What is it, or what do you think about?
What is it?
Yeah. What does the word mean? Or you can interpret it however you want, but that's...
I guess my first thought would be, it would be all the subjects in one.
Okay.
So what subjects are you covering? Yeah, I guess that would be it.
Okay.
I don't think of one specific area.
Okay. Yeah. All right. That's good. Number 7, let's talk high school, higher education, future careers. What are your thoughts and goals for your children?
Well, at one point we had talked about letting them decide if they wanted to go to high school on their own, but I think that was mainly for sports and socialization. I don't think that's necessary at this point. So, and especially with the program that CC has, I feel like it would be beneficial for them to stay in the whole way.
Yeah.
As far as higher education, I couldn't really care less at this point. Who knows what's going to change in the next 10 years by the time Roman needs to think about it. But as far, I think it's too expensive for what you get out of it at this point. So real world experience is probably better.
Yeah, as long as jobs accept that. I think that would be, yeah. That's kind of our belief at this point. And I think the high school thing, when we talked about that, our neighbor's dog is out. I think when we talked about that, I think I was feeling like there's no way I could teach high school. But now that we're doing classical conversations and they have a program, I think we're on. Okay, what do you believe is an appropriate homeschooling environment? Like couches, desks, that kind of thing.
I think couches are too easy to get distracted on. I would think desks would be the best way, best option. You gotta have something to focus their attention.
I do like that right now. Couches are nice if you're reading and doing things like that, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, number 9. If you had to homeschool for the day, in what order would you lay out your day as a teacher? We've talked about this before.
Do we start with recess?
Yeah. Total dad thing.
I don't really know. I guess I would rather get the hard things out of the way first. So start with the subjects they struggle with the most.
Yep.
So with Roman, that would be math, and I don't know what Titus struggles with at this point. So
yeah,
he's pretty good in everything.
Yeah, in kindergarten, it's hard to be bad at something.
I'd get the hardest stuff out of the way. That way, if you don't get to some of the easier stuff, the stuff that they're better at, then you're not missing it as much.
Yeah, when they're fresh. Yep, that's what I try and do too. Okay, number 10, last question. Okay, so I guess I'll just kind of time you. In 10 seconds.
Oh gosh.
It's like a test. Mm-hmm. In 10 seconds, name as much homeschool curriculum as you can think of.
Matthew C., Saxon Math, the 100 Easy Reading Lessons. What was that book you did? That's it.
That's good. That's good.
Math ones.
That's all right.
Oh, Shirley English.
Oh, good job. Yes, yes. I talked to him on hours on end about English last year, so good job. Okay, well, that was our dad tag, and I hope you guys enjoyed that, and a big shout out to all the dads and all they do in supporting us moms for homeschooling. So have a great day, guys. Bye. See, so it doesn't really work.
There should be a setting for that.
I know, it still doesn't.
Mm.
Oh.
You have the screen right